U.S. government study finds cell phone radiation causes cancer. Last Thursday, the U.S. National Toxicology Program released final peer-reviewed results of its $25 million study on rats and cell phone radiation exposure. The findings: 1 in 12 male rats develop malignant brain tumors or malignant heart tumors or precancerous lesions. None of the rats in the control group developed tumors of the brain or heart or precancerous lesions. Birth weights for exposed animals were also lower than in the control group. Microwave News, which announced the impending release of results, cited an unnamed source within the NTP that senior scientists wanted to get this information out to the public as soon as possible. Chris Portier, former associate director of the NTP, called the study, quote, a game changer, and, quote, a wake-up call to the scientific establishment. These results concur with human studies such as the 5-country interphone study, which found significant 40 to 95% increases in glioma after only 10 years for cell phone usage as little as a half an hour a day. The latency for brain tumors is normally 15 to 30 years. The World Health Organization, the IARC, listed this radiation as a Class B2 carcinogen way back 5 years ago in 2011. The NTP study was designed to mimic human exposure and look at effects on all parts of the body. Consumer Affairs says, quote, rats are commonly used in cancer studies because their reactions to various carcinogens are similar to humans, end quote. The study intentionally kept exposure levels low, below levels that would increase body temperature. As a result, the cancers were not caused by thermal effects. Current FCC exposure limits are only based on thermal effects. Wireless devices are tested for compliance with these thermal limits, but are not safety tested. The frequency tested was 900 millihertz for 10 minutes on and 10 minutes off for a cumulative time of 9 hours per day. This frequency is close to that used by other wireless devices, including PG&E wireless smart meters. The American Cancer Society called the NTP report, quote, good science, saying NTP staff were clearly aware of the potential importance of the study and went the extra distance to ensure the best science is used. They used double the number of animals required for the study. They convened not 1 but 3 panels to look at abnormal tissues from treated animals to ensure that what was identified as a brain and heart tumor was indeed a brain and heart tumor. They solicited review from multiple scientists from outside the NTP to critically review all aspects of the data analysis and study findings to ensure that the findings would stand up to critical assessment expected once these unexpected findings were released. On Friday, the Institute for Electrical and Electronics Engineers released a statement with comments from Ken Foster of the IEE committee that reviews RF exposure limits. Within the NTP study results, Foster expects more governments to put out cautionary guidelines and radiation labeling for cell phones. He says he wouldn't be surprised if California adds RF radiation to its Proposition 65 list of carcinogenic chemicals, and if the IARC ups its classification rating from 2B, which is possibly carcinogenic to humans, to 2A, probably carcinogenic to humans. And they wouldn't be out of line in doing that, he says. This is going to change the rhetoric in the field. People can point to much more hard evidence that cell phone RF exposure really is a problem. Finally, the IEE calls the NTP studies, quote, the gold standard for animal cancer assays. The National Toxicology Program is part of the National Institute of Health and tests substances for toxicity and effects on human health. I'd just like to finish by saying that I know many of my friends here that have talked to on this issue over and over again for the past many years have gotten a deaf ear from this body. And I'm here to say that that's not acceptable. That we're pointing out something that's very, very important, the health of our children. And we provide these studies, and this body, a couple of years ago, under the old superintendent, was going to wire, had all the plans going forward to wire the schools. And then administration, and all of a sudden now you're going back to wireless. And you can accomplish what you need to accomplish with a wired, safe system. And I cannot understand how all of you people, all the board members who went out of your way to run for election to represent us, think it's okay to ignore us. It's not. It truly is not. You know, we just had something at the Fullerton City Council where the mayor tried to tell us that we weren't allowed to politely clap. It's called the new civility rules. Well, got voted down. Well, civility is more than just being civil and speaking nicely and smiling at people. It's showing mutual respect. And when we're not responded to, you're showing us no mutual respect. Just like Mr. Imbriano said, the fact that we have to wait until 10, 11 o'clock to speak, we're the last on your agenda, shows that you're not showing us much mutual respect. That our opinions are so unimportant that we can be last at every meeting. That does not show much respect. Civility is a two-way street. And I hope you consider what we're saying, and finally stop ignoring us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. One more on the budget.
There's 3 more.